Hi.
So how'd you get here?
How did I get here?
Yeah, how'd you get?
Well, I drove here and then I waited outside and I called you guys a couple times.
Oh yeah.
And then there was like a janitor or something that was out there and then he got me in.
Oh wow. Okay, yeah. Sorry we were late. I was just at the gym. I'm a gym rat.
Okay.
I literally just got out of the gym.
Yeah, you look cool.
Yeah, thank you.
I don't think you actually look cool.
I'm feeling hot. I'm sweaty. I've sweat a lot.
Yeah, it smells.
Where's Josh? You didn't see Josh?
No, I haven't seen him. You guys told me 12 and it's now 12:40.
Oh,
so
sorry, bro. Sorry, yeah. Josh, I don't know.
It's funny.
I heard a lot of weird noises in Josh's room last night. But nobody was in. It was just him.
What?
Yeah.
What does that have to do with where he is now?
I don't know. That's the last time I saw him. But also I hallucinate when I go to the what? Oh yeah, did you already push record?
I can't.
Oh. No, it's going. Oh. Why do you look like that?
Like what? You want to start?
You have glasses? You're not supposed to do comedy with glasses on, right, Rachel? Isn't that one of the rules?
Oh, hi, Rachel, by the way. How long have you been here?
I've been here since noon.
Sorry about that.
Josh Magic Michaels. It's 12:45.
He has a beautiful middle name.
I had a crazy night last night. I don't really want to get into it right now.
Did you relapse?
You look like did you relapse?
What is that?
Nah, this is LaCroix, dude. Just a little LaCroix. Did you guys start yet or not?
Yeah, dude.
What is this outfit? You look like you're auditioning to be like the millennial version of the Rat Pack.
Look, I just had a crazy night last night, and
What did you open up a pop-up on Melrose? What is this?
Okay, and that was very funny. But also, I know I look good, and you can't really hurt my feelings right now because I feel.
I didn't say you don't look good. I'm just curious where you've been for 42 minutes.
You look like the inside of a pillow.
Has it been 42 minutes? You've been here for 42 minutes?
I've been here for 42 minutes.
Wow, that's crazy.
Technically a little bit before, but the janitor outside talked to me for a while, and then I met your cat.
Very nice cat, right?
Great cat.
Yeah, Monty.
Timely. Punctual cat.
Well, he's the producer. Someone's got to keep us on track here. I had a great night last night. I feel good.
What did you do?
I don't know if the listeners remember, but I had a little bit of a New Year's resolution. 2020.
Oh, I know what this is.
I don't.
2020. I was no sex. 2020.
Why would that ever be someone's resolution? That sounds awful.
Some people are addicted to different things. Okay.
Okay.
And not that I'm addicted to that, but
to what?
to that, to sex. But let me just say this: broken.
What?
Is this a long way around of telling us you got laid?
Why are you laughing?
I mean, I was thinking about something that someone said last night.
Okay.
Anyway,
well, I hope you got laid in this outfit.
Look, I'm not going to say if I got laid or not, and I'm not going to say whether I was wearing this or not, but I'm just going to say I had a good time, and everybody I was with had a good time.
You look like the guy that's behind Bieber in all of the paparazzi shots.
It's funny you should say that. I did watch a lot of Justin Bieber videos on YouTube before I came down. That's what I was doing, actually. He's got a new docu-series on YouTube called Seasons.
Wait, is this real?
It's very real.
Okay, we'll watch that.
Touched my heart, and it really inspired me. And if the Bieber can kind of operate,
you can't make an excuse for being so late.
I'm sorry. I really am sorry, but I'm also not sorry because I had a great time last night. And
with who? What's her name? Drop names.
I'm not going to drop names. Let's just get this episode started. How about that?
Okay. You want to do?
Thank you for being here. Sorry for being late, by the way.
No, yeah, this has been fun.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm going to shake your hand. I'm sorry.
I was late too, dude. I thought you were going to be here.
I'm here.
Also, do you have gel in your hair?
No, that's the sweat.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
that checks out.
Yeah, I'm exfoliate, or what is you juice cleanse?
Okay.
And the cleanse goes into the hair.
Okay.
Wow.
You sweat.
That checks out.
When you sweat, you sweat, and I sweat a lot today.
So let's get started. Welcome to another episode of
Joshrardo.
Yeah.
My name is Gerardo Alacron. I'm a gym rat, and I'm the best host of this podcast.
You're one of the hosts. Okay.
I'm the best host.
You're one of the hosts of this podcast.
What? Well, I'm the one that showed up on time today.
You were still late.
I
was
was
still late.
Okay. Well, anyways, and to my right is somebody with a beautiful middle name,
Thank
and
you.
we are having a petition online to get rid of your first name,
Okay.
Mr. Magic Michaels.
Josh Magic Michaels.
Okay, Josh Magic Michaels.
No one else. Thank you. Thank you. You're not gonna clap.
You're different when you have sex.
Look, man, I'm not saying I had sex or didn't have sex, but I'm just saying I had a good time, and so did all the people I was with last night.
Well, I hope.
Wow,
you
that's I have many questions.
all the people.
Hey, you know,
Okay, no, hey, you know, I don't know.
I don't like to have sex with multiple people and talk about it. So
Okay, don't. But if you had a good time last night, suit up, and because we're gonna have a good time today.
oh yeah, we have a
'Cause
very
we have a
special guest.
very
And
special guest.
We already
And
made her wait a little bit too long.
We already made her wait a little bit too long.
No, this has been the best 46 minutes of my life.
Oh, okay.
46
Hey,
minutes.
It hasn't,
Don't look
hasn't
at your
been
phone.
that long. You know?
No, yeah, but
This is great.
we'll cut that part out. But with the tiny fridge, as our special guest gets into the tiny fridge to get out another LaCroix, I met this special guest at the Cork Lounge in Van Nuys. Shout out.
Shout out, Cork.
Shout out. It's no longer there.
What?
Yeah, it's done.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
wait, the Cork Lounge is gone, or
The whole thing.
Oh wow.
Corky's.
Probably
yeah.
because he did a set there, huh?
Yeah. Burn it down.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Okay, that threw me off.
That's all it was. That's all it took.
Yeah. That we have our special guest. We'll cut all that out. I met her at the Cork Lounge. Is no longer there. Period. And she has two podcasts.
Two podcasts.
She's better than us, dude.
Yeah.
You can't even show up on time for one. And both of her podcasts.
I was 10 minutes late.
I'm a huge fan of both her podcasts. One podcast, Basic Instincts, with Brandy Brooks.
Fuck that name up a little
Brandy
bit.
Brooks. Brandy Brooks.
Maybe you relapsed, dude. I don't know. Maybe
I
you're
know
not
I
going to the
didn't.
gym. Maybe you're going to the bar, dude.
Okay, I did not
And
read
you
that.
just wear those clothes to the bar.
Where did you get the wine glass?
Next question.
Listen, really quick. I don't want anyone to ever relapse, but I will say this. If I ran into somebody who was stepping out, I hope they were wearing this outfit. Do you know what I mean? Like they're like, game time, I'm going. And that's, you know what I mean?
Let's go.
That's what I'm
If
hoping
Gerardo
for.
relapsed, it would it would be hilarious. Not that I want that to happen.
Don't do that. Don't go out. But yeah,
Well,
if you
I wear this all the time.
Okay.
So, probably 100% would relapse in this. She also has another house. She has another
house.
Oh, shut up. Instagram. Oh, wait. She has another podcast. What is it?
House rules.
No. Okay. House Rules with her.
What was I supposed to say?
You're supposed to say, what is it?
Oh, what is it?
You're different when you sex, dude.
I didn't.
With her fiance,
Oh,
past
yeah.
boyfriend, future husband,
Right.
current fiance,
That's what that means.
past guest of this
keep
episode,
going.
which I don't say this for all of them. That was a great episode.
Great
dude.
episode.
That was a great episode.
This one's gonna be better, but that
Yeah,
was
yeah.
a great.
Oh,
episode.
that's true.
Alex Getlin. That took forever to say his name.
Took a long time.
But yeah, House Rules with Alex Getlin, which is new, right? How many episodes have you guys put out?
5.
Oh, what? That's
That's pretty new.
that's adolescent. That's not new. That's like the next stage.
Oh, you think? I would say 10 episodes to me is an adolescent podcast.
I would agree with that.
Then we're veterans, dude. We have like this
We
is
have almost-
48.
Yeah, you guys are old people.
Yeah.
This is an old
Almost
person
it.
podcast.
Yeah, and maybe it's kind of gone to my head a little bit. I'm getting a little too comfortable, but I'll rein it back in eventually. I'm just feeling good right now, so if you guys
Okay,
will,
we know what you feel like right now, dude.
if you guys will just let me just kind of feel good.
And also,
Yeah, you look the way a self-care day feels. You know what I mean?
Thank you. I mean, it feels like you're trying to hurt my feelings. but I
No,
feel
no,
great.
no, 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 no,
I feel
no.
great. Nothing can really hurt me right now. I feel like.
okay.
Wait, really quick. I think my headphones are disconnected.
Oh,
They keep
here we-
coming in and
here
out.
we go. Where are you at?
Sorry,
Which
I don't
one is
know.
it? Oh, there we go.
There we go. Wait. Hey ho. Nope.
Oh.
There we go. Yeah. Okay.
back on
All right.
track. Yeah.
Anyway,
And
yeah,
also
two dope podcasts.
on her, she has 2 podcasts, but she also has an Instagram with endless amounts of content and characters, such as Tracy, right?
Yeah. You could. So Tracy actually has her own Instagram. So that's
What?
at y'all. It's Tracy.
That's so
At-
dope.
and yours is at Rachel LaForce.
Yeah.
I didn't say Rochella, dude.
You said it right. Thank God.
Although Rachel LaForce is such an amazing alter ego.
She's dope.
Rachel LaForce.
Rachel LaForce.
She sounds
She's
awesome.
Latina?
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
Vamos a ganar. Rachel LaForce and the gym rat. Yeah.
Okay, that sounds bad.
That's a good. I'm a sidekick. I'm
No,
a good
that's where I
sidekick,
was
dude.
like, I want her to be the gym rat's ex-wife, and he's just always trying to get Rochella back.
That's why I'm always at the gym. Dude.
Yeah.
Anyways, she's got Instagram, 2 podcasts.
2 podcasts.
What else?
She's
A great stand-up comedian.
great stand-up comedian.
About to get married in a year, though.
Okay,
Yep.
it's not really a credit, but let's go.
Wait. Rachel LaForce.
Rachel!
It's hard to clap with these on.
Yeah.
And
Gym
also,
rat.
my arms hurt from fucking lifting.
Whew.
Yeah. Rough start, huh?
Here
What?
we go.
What?
What? We're having fun.
I hope you didn't come. I hope you didn't come from very far.
Yeah, no, just Hollywood.
Well,
Oh, okay.
I waited longer than it took me to get here.
That's the Claremont of LA.
I have heard people say that before.
Yeah.
I have heard people say that. Dude, thank you for being here.
Thank you
No,
so
thank
much.
you guys for having me, for real.
Welcome to the Beef Wagon.
This is great.
The Beef Coliseum.
The beef,
Ooh.
the beef manor, the beef
Manor,
estate,
The Beef Estate.
the beef,
The beef
cabin,
hotel.
I have a list, and that's going on my list.
There you go.
The beef hotel,
The Beefatorium.
the beef ranch.
Ooh, I like the beef ranch.
That's cool, right?
ranch.
Yeah.
Dude, you guys gotta get your own beef jerky.
We
If you get that, look at that.
what did you just say?
I will for sure, like just with with this image on it, and it
buy
just
jerky?
says, I would for sure buy that. I would hawk that on my Instagram.
Joshrardo beef jerky coming soon, dude.
Coming soon. It's
Coming
probably
soon.
gonna taste like shit, but it's gonna
Okay,
be.
don't say that.
But it's gonna be.
taste great.
Just get regular beef jerky and then take it out of that bag and put it in your bag and then put it on your Patreon and people will buy it.
Smart.
Dude, people would actually
People
buy
would
that.
100% buy that. I feel like people already do that with other products.
100%. That's what soap is. When people are like, "Oh, I only like this." Can we get into pre-beef? Yeah.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
people that are brand specific, I'm like, "Oh, you think that one was made just for you?" Idiots.
It's so funny. We have a friend that's really into soap right now,
Oh,
too.
yeah.
Speaking of
Really?
soap.
Shout out Cody Decker.
It's a weird thing to be.
He's like, he
invested
made
in.
us soap.
Yeah, he like makes soap.
Oh, he's making artisan soap.
Yeah, he's really
Yeah.
sad, I think.
That's what I was gonna say. That sounds like a heartbreak.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like happiness doesn't lead you to making your own shit. You know? If you're making your own honey, somebody hurt you.
Right.
That's
Especially soap, though. I feel
Yeah,
like you can't wash away the pain.
no.
Okay.
He's
don't
gonna
say
try.
That sucks. Hey, Cody, if you're out there, I'm on your side, dude.
Also, Cody, I love you.
I love the soap. I use the soap every day.
Also, Cody, you want to send me some soap? I will hawk that on my Instagram. 100%. I'm always for hire. You know what I mean?
They're called house bars of soap.
There you go. House bars of soap. It's
House bars of soap.
got a good ring to it.
They rule. House bars of soap rule.
Whoa.
Huh?
We're
Rules?
getting there.
Okay.
Okay. His is better. Let's cut that part out with when I said.
But anyway, thank you for being here. And I love pre-beef. It sounds weird when I say it,
Yeah.
but I
Okay.
like.
We're the Beefy Boys.
We're the Beefy Boys.
Ooh, love this.
Yeah,
We
someone
like-
on YouTube told us that.
Gina. Shout out to Gina.
Shout out to Gina.
Do we know who she is? No.
That's okay.
Yeah. No.
But we stole her nickname for us,
Yeah.
and we came up with it.
Yeah. We
And,
came up with it, Gina.
And we're the Beefy Boys because we have beef and we stay beefing. We keep beef coming out of the beef fountain. And
Okay, yeah. And as you know, this is a beef podcast. If you didn't know that from all the beef analogies.
Beef talk. If not, it would have been weird. Just a lot of beef puns.
that'd be funny if we did not tell you it was a beef podcast. And you're like, wow, it's a lot of beef.
Yeah.
They're really
yeah.
into it.
Yeah. Well, he had a beef with sex before, but now I think that's
Sounds like that's
vindicated.
done.
Yeah.
Look,
That beef has been squashed.
well, not the only thing that got squashed.
Uh-oh.
Don't do that. Okay.
And I could be talking about myself.
Okay.
I'm not going to get into it. It's disrespectful and it's rude and it's kind of gross. And I'm not a gross person, so.
Okay.
I'm
There's,
just-
there's
yeah,
nothing I could say that would
Yeah.
be able to compliment
I
what you
and
just
I
said.
can't stop smiling because I feel good.
Right.
I feel really good. Anyway, Rachel.
As you know, this is season
Season
3.
three,
Season
yeah.
3.
Congratulations.
Oh,
Thank
thank
you.
you. We got renewed twice.
Oh,
and
wow. You got picked up for a third season.
Yeah, there's rumors. There's like forums online saying that we're a shoe-in for a 4th season.
Okay. Well,
a lot of talk.
yeah,
yeah.
I think that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool.
Continuous, and it's not like years. It's like 3 months. It's like,
Yeah.
they just want another one, dude.
Yeah.
It's like, wow. You know?
I mean, that's Hollywood, man.
Yeah.
Hurry up and wait, and then just beef it out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Hollywood's all about the beef. The Claremont of LA.
The Claremont of LA. Yeah. And we got a lot of, we got a lot of feedback, and we really got to get a beef subreddit going. I think that'd be great. That's when you know you made it, when you got your own subreddit.
Yeah.
So anybody out there, who's savvy with the Reddit threads, make us one.
Yeah.
And tell us what your beefs are. Because no one really...
no one talks. No one comments
talks to us.
No one comments. Gina, thank you, Gina.
Oh, Gina commented.
Wait, nobody comments to you guys? I feel like the whole internet is just people explaining their beef. That's all Twitter is, right?
Yeah, that's a very good point.
How have everybody not made their way to you?
But then we give them a forum and a platform for beefing, and everyone's shit out breaking shit. They shit the bed.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
We got there.
Anyway.
Woo,
Sorry.
bam.
It's hard to think when I go to the gym.
Is that why it's hard to think?
Yeah, that checks out.
So for this season, we've been trying to beef off. Okay, wait.
No.
Wait. We've been trying to let the...
We've been beefing each other off all season
Beefing
long.
each other off. Hey, and don't knock it till you try it.
Yeah, that might be the name of the podcast in the future.
Beef me off?
Beefing off.
No, gross.
Okay.
Disgusting. So gross. That's so
I
gross.
just drooled. I got excited.
I'm glad I was late because
I mean,
that's
beefing around with Joshrardo,
beefing around.
you can make that just do sub-segments on your YouTube page. Beefing around with Joshrardo.
Write that down, dude.
I'm gonna
Write it down.
Give me a
Take
pen.
it.
You don't
Take
have-
it.
Okay, there you go. Take that.
I thought he said, I'm going to write it down and then handed you a pen. That's what I thought was happening.
Write that down.
Change when you have sex, dude.
Beefing around.
So for this season, though, we're a little tired of beefing off ourselves, right? That's what I'm trying to say.
Sure, it's
and it makes sense
exhausting.
the second time saying it.
Yeah.
Even though
Okay?
I
I mean, who's got that kind of time?
Yeah. But we let the guests come in with some hot beef, and we try to dissect the beef, clean it, and put it in a styrofoam package and sell it to the people. So if you would like to do us the honor and start with your beef, Rachel LaForce.
Okay, so I have a lot of beef, but here's one that I've realized is the biggest beef that I have.
Yeah.
And that would be the people that have zero spatial awareness. Do you know these people?
I have a
These are
hunch.
the people
I'm gonna say
that
something
stop in the middle of
dangerous.
the sidewalk to look at their phone.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Not
Thank
to the
you.
side, not to this way. These are the people that get in the fast lane and slow down. These are the people, I don't know, in an elevator that don't notice that it's open or they need to press their button.
Yes. Yes.
These are the people with no spatial awareness. And I think that they need to be taken to trial, and I think we need to beef it out.
Thank you.
Get the whistle ready, dude.
Why? What?
I notice a lot of these people,
Okay.
and I'm not saying these people like a certain type of people. That's not what I meant. I notice a lot of these people with no spatial awareness
Oh.
at amusement parks.
They're at amusement park. These are the people, I think it's simply because they don't go anywhere. That's
Yeah.
the only thing I can think of. And I know that's like a not like nice thing to say, but it's also like, have you never been outside? Is this your first time? Is this your first time in a Starbucks? Move to the,
Yeah.
we have signs.
Right.
There's
Yeah.
signs that say where to go. People who get so overwhelmed, like I don't understand it.
And you know what's also that correlates to this? We were at a show last night, me and him, right?
Yeah, I
We
did
went to
really
a
good.
show. Okay, no, don't do that. We went to a show, and we had to go to bars for shows, right? All three of us are sober.
Sober.
Hello.
Brr, 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 brr.
Cheers.
Yes.
What happened to high fives? You don't high five anymore?
I don't want you guys to touch my hands.
Okay.
Those freshly squashed hands.
Okay. But at the bar, it's very frustrating to not be drunk at the bar only because you notice a lot of things, especially about spatial awareness.
That's probably
Okay?
why. Well, I'm sure maybe you guys. I won't speak for you guys. I've actually real thing, not a joke, of what I've realized where it was like, I think a lot of the reason why I started drinking, because I didn't drink in the beginning, like high school, early college, I didn't drink.
Yeah.
And I think it's because I couldn't figure out why everybody else was just okay with their behavior, where I started to be like, maybe there's something wrong with me.
Yeah.
Because I'm super sensitive. I'm very sensitive. I'm sensitive to like the things around me. My brain is always working. Like it's always, so I couldn't go to bar. I'm like, what the fuck are we all doing here? Just people just fucking humping up against each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Is
like
this
a club
out of
or
the
a bar?
way. Yeah. I'm like, where are we? Do you understand? So then I just started blacking out so I would forget that I'm there. Do you know what I mean? Because that's socially acceptable.
I think that's maybe why I blacked out all the time too.
You know what I mean? Maybe some other childhood traumas, but also mostly
It had nothing to do with my sadness, okay?
you know, internal fears.
But there was like a group. I was at the bar getting a water. Thank you. No club soda here, because you know what? That's if it's not LaCroix, it's not in my mouth. That's what I say.
Yeah. I'll agree with that.
Yeah, thank you. That was so funny. I don't know why I'm laughing still. If it's not LaCroix, it's not in my mouth. You can put that on my tombstone, dude. Anyways, I'm not gonna die soon. This guy is though. But
okay,
anyway,
talk about that.
What I'm trying to say is there was a group of people behind me talking, right? And I'm on a chair sitting facing the bar, thinking about how great my set was and how bad Josh did, things like that. And
it must have been hard to think when the laughs were so loud.
And then I try to get out of my seat, right? I try to scoop back. Guess what? Don't. That's me hitting some fucking big ass, not important what ethnicity he was. So I'm not going to say it.
Not important to the story.
No, but a big guy.
Asian.
No, okay. Don't.
He might have been, was he?
And I'll just say this. Josh has been on record saying that a lot of Asians go to amusement parks.
I have been on record saying
that's what he means.
Well, I will say this. That is a cultural thing.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah.
I remember, and this is not making a judgment, okay? This is not beef. This is a cultural fact. Yeah. This is a statement of, in Asian countries, especially like in Japan, they have actual jobs for people who push people into trains so that more, like the optimum amount of people can be on trains because there's so many fucking people in Tokyo, okay? So there's people who are paid to push you on. Think of how much you hate people who leave you a ticket. Now imagine somebody putting their hands physically on you for 12 yen an hour or whatever. I don't even know. That's probably, we should cut that out.
It might be in. I
but
think it's
whatever. But it's like somebody physically putting their, like being at rush hour and being like so frustrated, just wanting to get home, and then somebody pushing you onto a train and being like, well, that's my culture. So what I'm saying is when you go shopping at the Grove and there's a sale and you've just moved to Los Angeles and you don't have a car yet and you're really overwhelmed and you're shopping because you don't know what else to do and you're probably still hungover, and then there's just a lot of Asian women coming around like to the point where I'm like, is there something, like it didn't make sense to me. And I was asking a friend about it because I was making all these judgments in my head. And then she was like, no, that's their culture. There's not a lot of spatial awareness.
It is their culture. And I'm trying to go to the wizarding world of Harry Potter.
Okay, don't call anyone out, dude.
I'm trying to go there, dude. And they're everywhere, but that sounds bad. Oh, wow. That sounds bad. But I just mean, and there's nothing wrong with them being everywhere.
Wow.
Just, there's so much more space around me. There's other places you can be. There's room.
But I will say that like that is a cultural thing. So like to me, it doesn't bother me as badly also because they still are moving with purpose. They're just not aware of you because they're not aware of each other, right? It's like what they're used to. I'm talking about like mommies who come in with like the stroller that has just like 7 children in it. You know what I mean? Like looks like them sitting on a stair. And then they all have juice boxes and they're all loud and screaming and she's overwhelmed and questioning her life. So she's just standing in the fucking middle of everything, or the family of 5 that just got out of the van they rented and they're like, we're here from Iowa. We're here to see stuff, and you're like, great. See yourself to the side of the store. Because right now you're in the middle of everything.
Bless those people's hearts though, bless their hearts.
I mean, I guess.
I mean, they got the mama mentality as a culture. They're not thinking about you. They're thinking about what they got to do, and they want a championship.
But I'm just saying, yes, I understand it's a cultural thing. I got to reiterate this, okay? I understand, yes, cultural things exist, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that.
Okay, don't.
But I'm just saying, I could feel your breath on me, and there's more room over here, and I'm not.
But that's the part that I don't understand. Right. And that's where my real beef comes in. There's so many other places to stand. Like, how does it, like, here's the thing that drives me crazy because it makes me so mad that I'm like, what is it about these other people that like they don't get affected by being in the middle of this craziness? Like they're completely okay and in fact completely unaware that they're in the middle.
That's what I think
of
bothers
everything.
Me is they're unaware.
Yes,
which means they don't give a fuck about anybody else.
No.
And did Kobe give a fuck about the Celtics in the 2010 finals?
I don't know.
No, he didn't have spatial awareness for the other players.
Right, but
Asians have the member mentality, and I'll stand by that to the day I die.
I'm more so talking about.
Sorry, I said Asians.
Yeah, I'm more so talking about Asian people in amusement parks, but I think Rachel's talking about just like people in general.
Yeah, I wasn't going after the Asian community. I want to be very clear. I hope this part is not edited out.
We're just gonna edit the part out where you said that. No, but
It's all just clips of me being like, Asian people, Asian people. Comedian Rachel LaForce goes after the Asian
and
community.
we cut in a bunch of slide whistles. Yeah, I get the moms that are in the way of everything too, with the huge carts. Carts, is that what you call them?
Strollers. I don't know.
That's how you know I'm not ready to have kids.
Just
30 years old, call them carts. But yeah,
put them in a car.
put them in a
But
cart.
you're out here having sex.
I didn't say if it was protected or unprotected.
Okay, well, that just leveled up there. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I was
not
just
saying
assuming a man like you'd know to use a rubber.
And you said it felt good, so I'm assuming you did not.
Hey,
use a-
it felt good, and regardless of what was used or not used, and it, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about
Use lamb skin? Okay. That one I'm even going to say. Wait, you know what I wish you guys had is also, but I think, that song, Blow the Whistle?
Yeah, the Too Short song.
Yeah.
Oh, is that who that? It's Too Short?
Yeah.
No, I feel old. But just every time instead of blowing the whistle, you just do that, blow the whistle.
Yeah.
Just every time.
Too Short came to my work, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I met Too Short on Kill Tony.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I work at this
We
music
have a lot
venue.
of Too Short history.
Me and Too Short, he's weaved into this podcast. I work at a place down the street where they play music, and Too Short played a set there, and that's not good for his career, because if you play sets at that location, then your career's on the down.
Well, listen,
the
Too Short,
downward.
if you want to come on this podcast
Yeah.
and you can just perform
Shout out.
live, and every time we need that, we just go to Too Short and we just cut over, blow the whistle.
That would be a sad ending to Too Short's great career.
No,
I
it
don't
would
know.
be
I
pretty
think
good.
that is the best way for him to get his comeuppance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think that's what he needs to really get reintegrated into this youth
Yeah.
culture.
Yeah, because we have.
And then he's just going to become not short enough. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, too tall.
Too tall.
Yeah.
Too big for his own britches. Am I right? But yeah, personal space, dude. Get out of my personal space.
Yeah.
And I like, what bothers me is you hit it on the head, for me at least, when you said that they're not even aware of
I
it.
have no clue.
How do you not know that you're doing
Young girls
something?
on their cell phones?
Yeah.
What are we doing? What world are you in right now?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking
Oh,
about? Their little or all these fucking bitches in LA with just like,
a lot of anger, dude.
dude, get out of the way, okay?
Yeah.
Like, if you have spent that amount of money to put injections into your face, like, is it just you can't see anymore? You have so many fillers
Yes,
that
maybe.
it has filled up your awareness to take anything else in. Like, get out. I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense to me.
Yep.
It doesn't help with like the flow of traffic. And it's just,
Yeah.
how do you not know? How are you not bothered? What are you looking at, or what is going on in your life? Maybe why I'm angry. They say when you get angry about something, it's a trigger.
Yeah.
And a trigger warning should be an awareness to yourself.
Yeah.
If that's something that is
Yes.
blocked or not uncovered.
Yeah.
So what I'm uncovering is, what are these women going through
Yes.
that their life is so easy
Preach.
that they don't mind just standing in the middle of everything on their cell phones.
On their cell phones, unaware of me.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm.
Or why are they not scared? I feel like I'm always, if I'm out on Hollywood Boulevard and I have my phone out, my head is on a swivel, because
Yeah,
somebody's
me
going to
too,
come and
dude.
rip my phone out of my hand.
I
And
just
these
talked
just
about
little.
this in the last episode when I was on the bus. Everybody was on their phones. People were asleep. My head was on a swivel. I was protecting the people on that bus because I was on high alert. Okay,
He was James Magic Bond.
James Magic Bond. And they're welcome because they're all alive. Nothing happened, but had it happened, I would have been ready.
You
to
would have
leap into
been there.
action. And they would have been like, "Oh, let me."
I thought I got your name wrong right now. I thought it was Josh Bond.
James
Josh
Magic,
Bond.
James Magic Bond.
I like James Magic
Yeah,
Bond.
James.
Me too. I like it a lot. I really feel like a James.
First of all,
Magic
that's
Bond.
what this outfit is. I now
James
figured it
Magic
out.
Bond,
You weren't
dude.
out having sex. You were keeping people awake on the bus late
This
at
is-
night so they
maybe-
didn't get their shit stolen.
This is my vigilante costume, dude.
100%.
I'm on the bus just, and the sunglasses are so you can't see where I'm
Yes,
looking.
they're on all the time. Everybody's just like, who was this man? I don't know. He looked like Justin Bieber. Might have been wearing a llama.
Why does he say you're welcome when he gets off the bus all the time?
And he points to everybody individually.
There was a gym rat following him around the city.
Who was that?
I'm the sidekick. The gym rat.
Oh, you're a gym rat?
Yeah.
How many times do you go to the gym?
Well, at least 7 times a week.
Oh, that's weird.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That's the gym rat status.
Okay.
Mamba gym ratality.
Okay, can't.
It's that. What is this word you keep saying?
Mamba mentality.
Oh, what is that? That's the
Kobe Bryant.
Philosophy.
Yeah.
You know, my acting coach, pulled me aside recently, and I have a lot going on, 2 podcasts, a lot going on. One of which is a television show that's in development right now. So a lot going on, and I have not been off book.
Right.
So that's an acting term, meaning your lines aren't memorized fully. And my acting coach was finally like, "Hey, I know you have a lot going on. But what we know, I need you to pull up the Mamba mentality."
Yeah.
And I had no idea what he was talking about. And I was just like, of course. Yes, of course. And he was like, I know you have a lot going on, but this is like, to be an ultimate competitor, you have to be able to compete at, like optimum, no matter what you have going on. So even, he was like, "I know you're tired. I know you have a lot going on, but like, that's what I need you to do." And I was like, totally. Yeah. And like, just pretend. And then he was at the end, he was like, especially right now, for Kobe. And I go, wow. Okay. Wow. And I'm not making light of, I'm not here to talk about Asians and make light of Kobe Bryant. Not, not at all. No, listen, I'm being very serious. Okay.
I'm just kidding.
Too short?
Which too short?
No, but I did where it was like, I know that my teacher was being so real and saying that, but it was like, there was the part, again, this unawareness of like, where I didn't feel that was like the most sensitive thing to say. He was like, especially now. For Kobe. And I was like, did you just ask me to memorize my lines for Kobe? That's the most LA thing that's ever happened to me, that my acting coach was like, Mamba mentality. Do it for Kobe.
There are probably a bunch of people who are doing that. Like, kids who are usually misbehaving. Like, hey, I need you to get your shit together at least for one more week for Kobe.
For Kobe.
Clean your room for Kobe.
For Kobe.
Mamba mentality.
And were you guys big Laker fans?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's been interesting to experience in the city. Because I've always lived in very big, not to derail, but I've always lived in like really big sports centered cities like Atlanta, Chicago, and then being out here.
Yeah.
And like, but not really having any connection, because like the Lakers, like everybody's a Laker fan, right? Yeah. Like most anywhere, they're like, no, I grew up, like my dad really liked the Lakers, so like I've always like super been into it. Yeah. But I live in Nebraska. So it's just been interesting, like culturally, to see the way, obviously I wish we didn't have to experience it, but the way that everybody has responded.
I just got triggered right now.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry. Anyway, we can move on. It's not very funny, but I just wanted to pay homage to...
It is a great topic because it is a crazy thing that happened.
Yeah.
Meaning it's tragic.
Yeah.
And I might cry right now, but also growing up and watching Kobe.
Yeah.
Like that's why I wear the gloves, because he couldn't wear them on the court, but he had them for when he was at the gym, I'm sure. And I'm a gym rat. And for Kobe to die, we lost a great gym rat, the gym rat community. But also to watch him in the 2000s, 2000, 2001, 2002, the three-peat, I learned the word three-peat before I learned the word championship. You know what I'm saying? Like I was young. I was, what is it called?
Young?
Impressionable?
That's exactly the word I was thinking about.
Okay. Could have only been like Rachel 2 words.
Yeah.
Could have only been 2.
Impressionable. I was young. Yeah. And Kobe led the way.
Yes, he sure did.
And he led Los Angeles to 5 championships.
Yes.
Wow, is it really that much?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
He was amazing. And I wasn't even a huge Laker fan, but I loved the Lakers because I was in LA for the majority of my life, okay? And so the Mamba mentality, Kobe Bryant, everything he did, it's been a part of me.
Okay, he's from Virginia though.
No, wait. I moved here when I was 12, so I basically.
All right, that's fair. That's formative years.
Yeah, I grew up.
Wait, but where
here.
does the Mamba? Can you break this down for me though?
Yeah.
So where does the Mamba mentality? Was that like his? Like where'd the Mamba part come from?
So he was with Shaq
Okay.
for approximately 6 years.
Okay.
Or 7 years or whatever, and they won 3 championships together. And then everyone's always saying Kobe can't win one without Shaq. Kobe can't do this. Kobe can't do that. Wow, I just rhymed.
Is it Mamba or Mama?
Okay. It's Mamba, like the black Mamba.
I've been saying Mama mentality.
Okay.
That's
you love your mom.
That's a totally different thing.
I do love my mom.
Okay.
Is that funny?
Yes.
Why? That I
Because
love my mom?
we're talking about snakes and you're talking about your mom again.
I have my mama.
Usually-
Wait, we're talking about snakes.
Oh, Mamba, black Mamba.
Oh, that's a snake?
Yeah.
I've learned so much in this podcast.
I
Okay.
think we need to have the Mama mentality.
Okay, no. But then when Shaq left, he went to the Heat and Shaq got another championship. So now Kobe was like, what the fuck? He's got one more than me, right? And then he developed this alter ego called the Black Mamba.
Ah, okay. All right.
So when he got on the court, he was The black
slithering
mamba.
around.
Slithering.
Okay, Mamba mentality.
Yeah. And then,
Snake in the grass.
Yeah.
All right.
Snake in the grass mentality, mamba.
Okay, cool. I'm on board. I'm on board.
like it.
I mean, I will say this is like again, I don't know why I keep, this is a funny podcast. But one more thing that's relatively serious. I watch so many sports documentaries.
Yeah.
Because I feel like to me, to be like the ultimate competitor of like in anything you're doing, especially like in our line of business, it's so creative, but so you would think it's like very mental and not physical, but to put out the amount of like to get up on stage, right? And think about like, I know for me, a lot of my drinking problem came from adrenaline. I didn't know how to balance it out, right? Like now I find I have to just kind of be comfortable sometimes with like adrenaline, then comes anger because I can't regulate it. There's nothing like, I very, very occasionally smoke weed, mostly like to go to sleep. But I like to not even really like fuck with that because I'm just like, all right, if you're having these feelings, like you got to figure out how to like, dominate them first.
Slippery slope.
You know what I mean? And so anyway, but I do CBD and that kind of like mellows me out, but it still doesn't help for like those like super high highs, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, all that is to say of like figuring out, okay, if I know I'm gonna experience like this much adrenaline and then so it's gonna wipe me out for X amount of hours. Like if I have 5 hours of adrenaline, it's normally gonna take me then 10 hours to recoup that in my body. And I mean, I'm very young. Hollywood, I'm like very young. But as I'm getting older,
14?
I'm so young, 14. And
Wow, wait a minute.
child bride.
Watch out, Alex. Dude.
Child
Rachel
bride.
is 14 years old.
I am so young and so little. I'm so tiny, just like a size 0 and tiny and little. So much youth left for Hollywood. But as I get older, 15, I do like, you can't fucking do it the way you used to be able to do it. Yeah. So to be able to think that like I can hold down a job that pays whatever doing this stuff doesn't do, and then doing podcasts, doing my own podcast, writing, trying to get stuff in development, going to auditions, maintaining that Mamba mentality.
Thank you.
It is that. So that's why I love watching
really
sports
is.
documentaries, because sports psychology, I think most comedians or actors could actually benefit from.
Yeah.
Of like how to cut through fear and like show up anyway, how to like operate at 100% when you feel at 50%. Like I was really struggling and still I'm like in the thick of it of like really crazy stage fright, which I've never had before.
Wow.
And like really bad, where like I get up there and I've like cotton mouth and I'm like, I've been doing this for over a decade.
Yeah,
like this does not make sense.
Interesting that came out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's because I finally like cut through all the bullshit, got through the other side of my addiction, and I'm like, okay, healed all those wounds. Like I don't identify as an alcoholic by the standards of AA. I think I developed a very severe drinking problem because I wasn't dealing with other things. Yeah. But I don't feel an addictive nature. Like I don't that part of it I don't experience. So I have to, but that's why I have to keep my emotions in check so that I don't turn back to that thing. 100%. Right?
It's hard to differentiate for me too, passion and anger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes I'm angry, but it's because I'm passionate about it. When I see people on social media sometimes, as you know, it can be a very self-serving sort of thing.
Sure.
And I'm passionate about the art. Thank you.
Give me your beef.
And that passion sometimes can come across as anger.
Yeah.
So I need to adopt the Mamba mentality because I like alter egos too.
Okay.
I love a good alter ego. They
James
don't call
Magic
me
Bond.
James Magic Bond. Yes. And another thing, comedy is like sports a little bit. Yes.
Yeah.
A little bit though, but also there's no one who's been like different in sports, like bad, and then people go like, oh, he's a genius. But they do that in comedy sometimes.
That's true.
Like years
This is
later.
true.
Like someone can't run the football in the wrong direction, and then people go like, "Wow, he was really smart."
That's so funny.
He was challenging the art form. It's like, no, he was bad at football.
He just went the wrong way. He was breaking all of the rules.
But in comedy, they can be like, "Wow, he was a genius," So it's different
You're
like
so
that.
right.
But also the work ethic is what I like.
Well, no, you're so right. And like, first of all, I think I'm all about alter egos because that's what Tracy, the character that I have, that's
Shout
like
out.
her whole shout out. That's the
Tracy. And that's what the gym rat thing is for Gerardo. It's an alter ego. It's not real at all.
What? No, don't do that.
he doesn't ever go to the gym.
No,
He's never been.
I don't ever see him ever.
I go to the gym.
So
It's actually that's called 7-Eleven. It's not actually.
Don't do
It's
that.
the 7-Eleven.
it's kind of a gym,
Don't. No.
It's kind of a gym.
It's a jewel pod gym.
Let's see a little bit of Tracy since we're talking about Tracy and alter egos.
Oh gosh.
If you're willing.
I mean, you can, but this becomes a thing when someone's like, "You got to see this video. It's so funny," and then everybody in the office just has to watch a 3-minute video and politely laugh, where they're like, "Ha." And you're like, how did 3 minutes become 90? Like, this is awful.
There's nothing worse than someone saying, like, let me show you this YouTube video.
Well, how about this? Does Tracy have any beef?
Oh, of course. Are y'all for real? You know who I've got beef with? Teenage girls. Do y'all know any?
Yeah.
Uh-huh, because I live with one. You want to talk about a black mamba? That's a 13-year-old girl. You know? Oh, I want to go to cheer camp. Oh, do you know? Y'all know how much money it costs to go to cheer camp?
I do. I used to go.
Church camp?
Cheer camp, dude.
Wait, hold on. Josh Magic Michaels. You went to
James
cheer?
Bond, but okay.
You went to, well, honey, we all call ourselves whatever we want. If you can't give yourself a nickname. Okay? Y'all can't do, that's for you two. I don't know why you're laughing.
I'm a gym rat.
No, you can't, nobody else calls you that.
I definitely don't call him that. Thank you, Tracy, for saying that.
My nickname used to be Scooby.
Okay.
That checked out.
Worse than Jim Rat. Okay.
No, okay, so bouncing back.
Thank you. We're back.
But yeah, of like, oh, there we go. Back from the dream sequence.
Yeah.
I liked that.
Okay, play the whole clip, dude. What are you doing?
And now it just plays through the whole thing. Remember when we talked about Asians earlier?
Wow. That was in an alternate reality.
Yeah.
That was in reality. I just want to remind everybody that I didn't forget. You know what I mean? I have awareness of who I'm going after. And it's not the Asian community. I want to be clear.
I want to be very clear, too. I don't have any beef with any specific group of people.
It's just people that are spatially unaware. That's what it is.
Yeah. However, I do have a lot of beef with Venezuelans.
Oh, well, okay. That I wasn't expecting. That's not for the podcast. You're just letting America know.
My views are not reflected by his views. Okay,
that's fair. So many terms and conditions are going to play at the end of this podcast.
We should get a scroll before the episode starts. Like the views and opinions are not reflected on the guest.
That is so funny. These are the whistle points. There we go.
Okay. But no, that we all agreed.
I agreed that was a good time.
That was fair. That was fair. No, but I think that the kind of that idea of like an alter ego of what Tracy does for me, like as Rachel. I mean, as a creative, it's fun. It's a place that like she's enjoyable. I've always loved doing characters. Like I came up doing comedy through Second City, so it was a lot. But I think the thing that I love the most is it's the place that I can say all of the things that Rachel wants to say. Yeah. But there's no room for it on stage. Like I either can't find a way to like actually make a stand-up joke or a story about it. It's like a lot of my stand-up isn't really like set up punchline. I don't really tell jokes.
Yeah.
Right.
It's mostly me being like, hey, anybody else like angry about this thing?
Yeah.
And airing grievances. Wow. But
beef stand-up.
Yeah. You're really speaking to me right now.
I mean, in a way it is beef stand-up. Which is another great segment.
Yeah, beef stand-up.
Because do you feel like sometimes that there are a lot of parts of Rachel?
Yes.
But do you feel like you have to be this one version of Rachel, and there are other times where you wish you could be all those other versions of Rachel? Just me, okay.
Wait, but do you mean like on stage or just in life?
Yeah, on stage.
Well, I think that's why I've kind of struggled with stand-up. Like I have like a real love-hate with it, which I think most people do. Is where there's part of it that I love it because there's all this stuff that's inside me all the time, and like I'm like I gotta get it out.
Yeah.
But there's also a lot of haters in the stand-up community, and that are like, if you don't do it our way, then like you're not doing stand-up. And I've had to let that go of like, I'm not doing this because I want the other people that are sitting at this bar to like me. I mean, I do because I'm a people pleaser and I want people to like me.
Yeah, same.
But I'm also trying to get over that of like, I will be so much more successful the day that I stop giving a fuck about what other people think.
Yeah, thank you. That's exactly what we talked about in the last episode.
You're really.
Oh, really?
I gotta be honest with you guys because the reason I even brought that up in the first place, I've lied. I didn't have sex last night.
What?
This is not who I am.
What?
It's really jarring to take glasses off when you've been wearing them for so long, but this is not who I am. This is not who I am, and I'm sorry for lying to you guys, but I didn't have sex with anybody. last night.
I think you're lying now.
So
I
you,
just
you
thought-
haven't actually been to the gym?
Oh, no. Wait, whoa. No, I've been to the gym.
Have you?
I don't think you
This is the time
have.
for honesty.
I've been to the gym.
I'm just being the person that I think people want me to be. I think they want me to be a guy who wears furry jackets and sunglasses and slicks his hair back, but it's not who I am.
I mean, to be fair, I don't think anybody was asking for that.
Yeah, no.
Nobody? Are you sure?
I don't think so.
I think a lot of people were.
No, you look like the cream filling of an Oreo, dog.
Okay. I look like the villain in every Richie Rich movie.
You do.
Like.
You actually just look like Richie Rich.
Oh, I like that, though. I like Macaulay Culkin. I like him a lot. It's not who I am, and I'm really sorry about to the viewers and to the listeners. I'm really sorry.
I was not expecting this.
Yeah,
Wow.
I thought this is what you guys wanted, and you were talking about alter egos and about speaking your truth, and this is my truth, and this is who you know what? This is who I am.
Sexless?
Well, yeah, but you don't have to put it like that.
Why would you make a commitment to not having sex in 2020 and then act like you didn't when really it benefits you not to?
I thought it would make you guys like me more. Did it make you like me when I came down and when I was late? Did you guys like that?
No.
Tell you what, that definitely didn't make me like you.
Yeah,
No, that was
You didn't like it?
that was the first beef.
I was late because I thought you would think that I had like other things to do and that I wasn't lonely or anything.
Wait, are you lonely?
No.
Okay, with the laugh like that.
Let's open up that can of worms.
No, I'm not.
Okay.
That's for sure.
He's lonely. Yeah.
No,
That's
but
for
I
sure.
do have some soap if you guys want to check out.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
do,
Cody got to you.
I know I've been watching YouTube videos about how to make soap.
No.
And if you guys want some,
Nope.
Nope.
it doesn't make you feel better,
Nope.
but you
I
smell
got
good.
Cody's my soap guy, dude.
Okay.
I already got a soap guy.
But
Can
you
only
really,
be one soap guy in this town.
you really spoke to me. No more jacket, dude.
Yeah, aren't you hot as shit?
Yeah. No more jacket.
He's not hot as shit. Let's just put that out there. But
Yeah,
is-
I would have really had sex if someone thought I was hot as shit. But this is who I really am.
Do you
dude.
want to come clean?
I'm Josh. I'm not. I'm Josh Magic Michaels. I'm not James Magic Bond.
But however,
However, I will take
it's
that.
pretty
though.
awesome. Work on that stage ego.
I just I was alone in my room.
But I did hear noises last night.
Yeah, there were a lot of noises.
But do you want to be honest about how well you did last night at the mic too?
It wasn't a mic. It was a show.
That's what. Okay, you treated it like a mic.
Okay.
Also, I have great beef, spatial awareness, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I had a beef, right? If you will let me allow the beef lord to be open.
Please.
Why are you the beef lord?
No, beef floor.
Oh, I thought you
Jesus.
said the
Although
beef
I
priest.
would say the beef lord is also
I thought you
another
said
great
beef
term.
Lord.
Maybe I channeled that right now, dude. I am the beef lord, and I'm the best podcast host. Okay, wow. Just think about it, dude. Just get it out there, dude.
Get it together. For
I
real.
did have a beef to begin with, which
With?
I'll save for a later episode. But now I have another beef.
Which is?
When people when they differentiate between open mics and shows. When I say mic, you know what I'm saying. I went to do stand-up last night.
I'm going to disagree with you.
I call everything a mic, but it's just in.
Oh, interesting, because I call everything a show.
There you go. See, but I don't mind either way. It's like I know what you're talking about.
Or I also say I use this, and I don't know why I started doing this, but where I would just say, "Oh, I got up." That's like such a stand-up term.
I like that better, though. I like that better than you calling everything a mic.
It's not that I do it consciously. I just say like I went to a mic last night
Why do you think that is?
because I'm an open micer.
Okay,
And
but
if I get on a show, it's not like, oh my God, this is a fucking show. I need to make sure I tell everyone it's a show.
That doesn't sound very Mamba mentality to me.
yeah, man, you got to go after those things. You got to like gym rat this, like
Yeah.
gear up, get out there, and start being like, dude, I want to do your show. I'm doing shows.
Yeah, I'm doing shows. I mean,
Are
let's be-
you?
Yeah, I did 2 shows this weekend.
Not 2 mics this weekend?
Not the same place, which is something I need to work on. But, I did 2 shows this weekend.
Not at the same place.
But
and-
they were mics. If I came home and you were like, how was the show? I'm like, it was a good mic. Good crowd. People actually showed up to the open mic. I'm just kidding.
I disagree. I think call it a show. Why not call it a show if it's a show?
Me and Josh Awad.
Because, go ahead.
Josh Awad is the one that brought this to my attention, that I say mic for everything. But it's like, why does that matter?
Because at a show, someone can't just off the streets put their name down and go up and do stand-up.
Well, some shows it feels like that, right, guys?
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was going to say. That's the only thing here. We were like, yeah, but it was a show. And I'm like, was it? Because, like, there are a few shows here in LA that are really good. But it was also interesting, like, starting stand-up in LA. Because then I went and did, stand-up in New York and Atlanta and a couple of other places. And I was like, oh, LA's the worst place to do stand-up. Like, it's so bad. Yeah. And I don't want to, like, I want us to, like, rise to the occasion, but it's not about us. Like, I feel like everybody's, like, hustling and good. And for the most part, like, I feel like people are funny. You're always going to have the people who get up and you're like, you should never be allowed to say things into a mic. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, that's just anger. There is, like, a little bit of elevation you need to do to make it funny. We're sorry for your loss. But,
the whole comedy community is sorry for the loss of these people.
Yeah, that's true. Just stop saying it into mics. But I will say it's like there are no audiences, so everything does feel like a mic. Outside of like a few shows, and there's a few of them. And I know that we call all of them shows. And I mean, I produce them too, and I call them shows.
Yeah, and some are glorified open mics.
Right.
Because some are just other comics in the crowd. Sometimes it's just the comics who are on the show waiting to go up.
Yep.
And preemptively, I will say, like, what are you doing Saturday? I have a show in Redlands, whatever, right? But after the fact, if I say, oh, yeah, that was a good mic, you know what I'm talking about. Like, there was a mic there. I spoke into it. Like, the vernacular is the same. I don't need to differentiate between open mics and shows. You don't even know two of the words I just said right now.
Vernacular?
Yeah.
That's the one I didn't know, but differentiate, it's like when things are different.
Okay.
Context clues.
Yeah, I got it. This is who I am, guys. This is me. This is who I am. But yeah, I think that it's important to differentiate because it lets people know. I don't want people to think that they can come and sign up and go up in due time. There's a difference between going back to sports, gym rat and all. There's a difference between going to the gym and playing the game.
That's true.
Thank you.
But I will also say that sometimes it's difficult because then the level that I'm at, it's like the shows that I'm doing, whoever is headlining is normally using it like a mic.
Yeah.
So it's bizarre.
We're
like,
too.
do you know what I mean? Like they're there and they've like got their notes and they're going through them and they're funny. They deliver. So to me,
absolutely,
like I don't care if they have notes, but sometimes people will get on that about me because I used to be really embarrassed. I'm like, don't bring notes. That's so amateur. Don't bring notes. And now I'm like, bring whatever is going to allow you to bring it. So for me right now, if like I'm two in my head or whatever, like if you need, bring your notes.
Yeah.
Nobody cares because you'll find your flow.
Right.
And like it's different when people are like, okay, what's next? What else did I want to say? Like to me, that I'm like, you're either bailing or you didn't fully prepare. Or at a mic, that's fine. But at a show, when people do that, I'm like, fucking no.
Yes.
But it's different if you're like, you know, working on a new set or whatever, and you go to it and like you keep it flowing.
Yeah.
To me, bottom line, I'm like, are you funny?
Yeah.
If you're fucking funny, then great.
But it is interesting because I've noticed that too. A lot of headliners that I do shows with will treat it like a mic.
Yep.
And everybody, like, it's a big deal for a lot of the other comics that are there. They're like, okay, I really want to do well, bring my A game.
I know. And then these other motherfuckers are just like, okay, do you guys like milk?
But they
wrote a couple things on milk.
But they fucking kill.
I know.
Like the person I'm thinking of most recently was Kyle Kinane. He showed up.
Yeah.
And he showed up and he was, on his phone, had notes, but destroyed.
Yeah.
Like, did better than anybody who prepared.
Yeah.
And I think obviously that's the difference, but still, that's impressive.
Also, when you bring up NBA and practice and, games, guess what the one difference is?
One's basketball and one's comedy.
No, I'm talking about basketball. Basketball.
Well, when a scrimmage, they play each other, right? And there's nobody there.
Thank you. Wait, you're onto something with nobody there.
Right.
But people show up for the game?
No, games are televised.
Okay.
Right?
Oh.
So, if you're recording something, then, that's a show, I guess. That's a game.
Okay.
Huh?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just a fucking mic, baby.
So if it's not televised, then it's just a mic?
Mic drop.
Wow.
Well, that was a Sharpie drop, but
okay.
Still permanent, so I'll give it to you.
I haven't done any shows then, okay?
You've done a couple shows.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
What'd you do?
30 minutes at the Chatterbox?
Oh, I did film that. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And I was, audience member, season 2 of The Meltdown, no big deal. Brought up on stage. Me and Byron Bowers. Me and Byron Bowers did a bit together. It's on their website or something, but It's an official credit of mine.
Ooh.
Okay,
Yeah.
Comedy Central.
I'm a great audience member. If you're looking,
Seat filler. Pay a lot of money for that in this town.
yeah, I brought multiple shirts in case you guys wanted to pretend like it was filmed on different nights.
Okay, you did.
Wow.
Yeah,
So prepared.
Wow, professional. Thank you so much, dude.
Oh my God.
yeah.
Breaking news.
Yeah. I had, sometimes I maybe don't do the like that. But yeah, I'm pretty good. I'm a pretty good audience member. I don't steal the show from the star, but I'm like, I make my
But I'm the
presence
star.
known. Yeah, Do you guys agree?
No.
Oh, that's great.
This does bring me to another point of mine that we
Okay.
ask a lot of our guests this
Sure.
season, which I believe that Josh Michaels has either reached or is in his current prime.
I
Right.
disagree.
Wait, is that the question?
No.
Okay.
No, that's a statement which is true, and
not true.
maybe James Magic Michaels is your prime. Magic Bond. James Magic Bond is your prime.
I haven't become him
But
yet fully.
I just
so.
want to tell you a little story, okay? Do you believe in ghosts?
Yes.
Thank you. Do you believe that ghosts can maybe time travel? Maybe be somewhere where they, let's just say, were in their prime and came back from the future when they died, the near future?
Do you think Josh Magic Michaels is a sentient being?
No, I believe. Let me just tell you the story.
Okay.
Sorry. About
Probably
that.
should have just done
Well,
that
I'm
from the
just confused.
beginning.
You
Hey,
started,
probably-
you said, can I ask you a question? And then you
Yeah.
said, can I tell you a story?
Yeah.
Maybe that was the question, though.
That's a question.
That's what I thought it was just going to be of like, do you believe in ghosts? I said yes, and you said okay. And then I thought that was it. I thought that was the whole
That's a
bit.
power
Well,
move.
the
dude.
viewers are now writing in their notepads because they know what's coming next.
Oh, okay.
That's a power move, dude, to be like, hey, can I ask you a question? And you're like, yeah. Can I tell you a story? Yeah, actually, yeah.
I am an inceptor, dude. So I incept people with the story. The story is I was laying down one October night. Yes, this is 6 months ago. 5 months ago. 5 months ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not important.
4 months ago. Kind of, yeah. But anyways, I was laying down 3 a.m, the witching hour. Let's be honest, right?
Sure.
And I look to my left after waking up and I see somebody pop in from the kitchen, right? Which is right here next to our couch studio and music studio and podcast studio.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked to my left and I thought it was Josh because he was wearing that stupid gray,
It's yellow and white.
yellow and white shirt, which he hasn't worn since this day
Okay.
On purpose.
on purpose.
Because I don't want to die in it. So
Yeah.
go ahead.
And I saw it and I said, I was like to myself, like, I'm gonna act like I'm asleep so that fucking I don't have to talk to this guy. He's lonely. He needs someone to talk to all the time.
Sure. It's a
Don't
lot.
say sure.
Oh, no.
And so I was like this and like watching him, and then he looked like he was on his phone, and then I was just kind of like watching him, and then he walks, and then he vanishes, and it was Josh coming back after he died in the near future.
Don't say near.
I'm just saying he wanted to come visit himself in his prime in October of 2019.
Why would I come back and visit you?
No, you were visiting the apartment. And also, we have recently discovered on a past episode that he was probably lost in Ghost World because he's very bad at directions.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I maybe was on my phone because I was checking ghost.
That's what I
maps.
was going to ask.
Yeah.
I'm curious what the impetus of the ghost needing a phone.
That's what I'm
Right.
saying.
Would
I don't
be.
think it's real.
Yeah. But what's important about all of this is
What?
maybe you're not a gym rat. Maybe you're
Wait,
actually
I like it.
Wait,
I
wait,
like.
wait,
But let her
wait.
finish. Let her.
maybe you're actually you're a clair. Do you know what a clair
A
is?
clairvoyant rat.
Yeah.
A clair rat.
So that's what I think is more likely.
Wow.
Because we know you haven't actually been at the gym.
Right.
But we
Wait,
know
right.
that
Yes,
you
yes,
have
yes.
actually seen...
Everybody has a little thing on their.
Yeah, I was going to say,
keychain.
I have one too. Let me tell you the last
very-
time I saw the inside of LA Fitness.
It's
Yeah.
very used.
Yeah, that means it's been on there a long time. That's all that
Like,
means.
a long time.
It doesn't get more used when they scan it.
Yeah.
Okay, don't do that.
But yeah.
No, but maybe that's your thing.
But also, let's
You
focus.
used the word channel earlier, which I thought was interesting. Of the
Yeah.
idea of like getting something, you're like, oh, I channeled it, bro.
Yeah, the Mamba mentality.
Yeah.
Channeled that
Yeah. But
from the
also,
great beyond.
But also, let's just say Rachel's a ghost.
Okay.
Okay, maybe the inception of Tracy, the character, is what gets you to your prime, which you're not in right now, right? Because come on, let's be honest, he's in his prime, right? Maybe you go back in time to the prime, like the what is it called? The impotence of the prime of Tracy because you created that character. You go back in time and you visit yourself, and you were able to. You had the wherewithal to not get lost in Ghost World, and also visually see the creation of Tracy that made you who you are today. Right.
Right.
Do you really get anything he's saying?
No, not at all. But I will say, wait. So you're all of this sounds like you just want me to agree that Josh Magic Michaels is not in his prime.
Yeah, he either surpassed it or is currently in it.
Oh, okay.
But for sure he dies soon.
Oh, that's the point. Well, that's terrifying.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do you just want to take him out so that you guys aren't the beefy boys? You just become the beefy boy?
Beef boy, yeah.
Okay.
He becomes the beef lord, the true beef lord.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
I think that maybe
if I were you, I would move out. It sounds like he's plotting.
I've considered it. I really think that he might be the one that kills me.
I know.
Okay.
We're like, what happened? He's like, I don't know. He tripped and fell. What do you mean he tripped and fell?
Yeah. And why is that shirt that he never wears anymore draped over him?
Okay.
I don't know, dude. He died with his eyes open. I had to close them.
Yeah. Gerardo? She sounds like
also,
a
though, we did come to that conclusion one night, and I'll be open to any conclusion, to be honest.
Open to you murdering me?
No, I didn't say that. But
Yeah, but you said any conclusion.
Any conclusion. Maybe he came back to visit his murderer. That's why he was there.
Yeah, which would have been you, bro. You were the one.
No, I know, but maybe there was another guy outside that murdered you, and you got lost in Ghost World.
I also think I could have been astral projecting out of my body, which is something that I do,
Ooh, I don't know about this.
He's a magician, so he thinks that he can astral project out of his ass.
Have you seen Doctor Strange?
I know of Dr. Strangelove, yeah.
Right. That's it. That's all you need to know.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, there you go.
There you go. That's it.
Wait, do you still do magic?
I mean, if you're asking. No, I haven't done it in a long time.
Okay.
Used to be typically when I would get drunk and I was around a deck of bicycle playing cards, that's when it would get wild,
So instead of the guy playing the guitar, you were the guy doing magic tricks?
Yep. Very bad. Very bad. And I apologize if I ever did any magic for anybody.
Wait, you were bad at magic or just the bit was bad? Oh, okay. Well, then that's entertaining.
You're good at it. No, it's bad. It's sad when you're good at it.
Really?
I think so.
Okay.
Because it means I practiced.
Oh, wow.
And you know what's worse about it is practicing magic is a lot of just you sitting in front of a computer by yourself with a deck of cards.
Okay.
I will tell you though, I think close-up magic is one of the most underrated skills.
Wow.
I think close-up magic is fucking dope. I think that it's so easy for people to be like, oh, magic's lame. I'm like, really? Is it sleight of hand? Do you know how long you have to practice to be good at something like that? To me, it's like drumming. Like the amount of people where anybody can be moderately good at stand-up. Like you see people, you know what I mean? I see people all the time where I'm like, yeah, you're not gonna make it.
But you're not the worst.
But you're not bad.
Yeah.
You can write a joke, but you should just write a writing packet and try to be a writer because you're boring as shit to watch. But your jokes are funny. A lot of people can do that. A lot of people can become moderately good at lifting weights.
Okay, I know what you're getting at.
I'm not saying that to you.
I'm more of a cardio gym rat.
Feels
okay.
I agree.
But I'm just saying that I feel like there are certain skills that you have to really, really hone. You can't half-ass sleight of hand magic. You're either good at it or you're not.
So your question was if he currently does magic.
Yeah.
And his answer was very long and not a yes or no.
Okay.
I will say this. There's way too many fucking decks of cards.
A lot.
Do you want to go get one? Go get one.
Sure. Yeah,
Go for it.
But let me say this. I think it's also applicable in other aspects of my life. I could take the things I've learned and plug them in to, let's say, just other social situations.
Okay,
when I was younger and I used to do things that I don't do anymore, like shoplift.
Okay.
Sleight of hand.
Funny.
Sleight of hand. Yeah. Maybe in comedy, when I'm trying to do something and I want to misdirect you.
Okay.
I do things maybe with body language and stuff.
Go get your deck of cards.
Okay.
And then also, I'll say this. There is a fake thumb in our kitchen. So magic surrounds Josh. James Magic Bond. And he's done a card trick on the podcast because someone didn't believe him that he's a magician.
Okay.
But that's before the camera. So I thought it's a great opportunity now with the cameras to do a magic trick.
Oh, okay.
And we can also see visually if you're impressed or not.
Oh, wow. Okay,
So-
that's a lot of pressure.
I know. That's what we're really good at here is pressure.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, I want to see Josh do. I know he's probably going to take a long time because he's going to wipe all the sweat off his head from being very nervous.
Oh, okay.
I've never seen him do a magic trick and wow somebody is what I'm trying to say too.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's so sad.
Don't tell him I said that.
Okay.
We'll cut that part out.
Yeah, we won't.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
don't tell anybody.
So just try to like.
Also, I hope that camera's actually on me because I keep looking to it, and it would be funnier if like you guys did the whole podcast and it was just the person's back. That's so funny.
That happened once.
Really?
Jessica Rosa's great episode. I'll say that right now. Great episode, but it went an hour and 10 minutes, and then my phone stopped recording.
Oh.
And so
Is that gonna happen now? We've been recording for a while.
Yeah, it'll be fine. We're at an hour 4 now.
Oh, okay.
But no, my phone's very charged.
Okay.
And we had it plugged into a charger that time, and
Okay.
it kind of died.
Okay.
But like I said, Josh is gonna take forever because he's trying to find the right deck of cards. He has probably 7 or 8 decks of cards in a fucking what is it called cabinet that I use for my clothes.
Cabinet. Wait, you use a cabinet for your clothes?
Oh, what is it called? What is it? The dresser. The
There
dresser.
we go.
Yeah.
What were you gonna call it? A
wardrobe?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you can also keep clothes in a wardrobe.
But I don't have any hanging clothes.
Okay. Well,
I live under the stairs.
wait, is this real?
Yeah, my
Is this only a 1-bedroom apartment?
2-bedroom. But
So then why do
his
you
brother lives here too.
Oh.
Yeah. Shout out Jeremy. He's still in his disease.
What is he's still in his disease?
Yeah.
What does that
he
mean?
drinks and smokes a lot.
Guys, I'm back.
Oh, he's still in his disease.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Did you guys, when I was gone, you felt it, right?
What?
That something was missing?
Okay.
Yeah, no,
Don't
for sure.
do that.
Really?
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
wink as a condescending wink.
No. not
But
at all.
I got a deck of cards, and
Okay.
I would like to show you something.
Okay.
And I heard a little bit of what you were saying, and I don't really agree with it.
Okay. Sorry.
I have all my decks of cards are normal and regular. But I would like to demonstrate something for anybody listening. This is going to not really translate very well, but if you're watching, be amazed. I'm going to flip over the top card here.
Okay.
Whatever it may be,
Okay.
Rachel. A King of Hearts.
King, show the camera.
Some people call this the Suicide King
Why?
because it looks like he's stabbing himself in the head.
Let me see.
Oh.
You guys
yeah.
didn't know that?
Oh
No.
my God.
Yeah, they call the hearts are like the Suicide King or the Suicide Queen or whatever.
Wonder if he made soap.
This is probably right before he decided to make soap. He either did it before or
He was so bad at it. He's like, I've lost everything. All right.
King of Soul.
This
so I'm
is
gonna-
your joke. Okay.
I'm going to turn the king over.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask you to put your hand out like this. And I'm going to ask you to hold the King
Okay.
of Hearts. Now, without looking, no sleight of hand, what card do you think you're holding?
Well, I would think that I'm holding the King of Hearts.
The King of Hearts, because no sleight of hand was done. Could you just flip your hand over like this and show it to the camera, please? Still the King of Hearts. Why would I lie? Was that a good trick? No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my God.
Okay, I'm going to flip over another king, the King of Diamonds, right?
Okay.
Now, here's what I want you to do. Flip
How
the
did
card
you know
back
it was
over.
going to be a king?
Just play along, dude.
Okay.
Now, I'm going to take the King of Diamonds and put it there. And now I have the hearts and you have the diamonds.
Okay.
Here's the trick. In Vegas, a lot of times people they want you to they want you to hedge your bets. They don't want you to, don't laugh, dude.
I'm not laughing.
Don't laugh.
Oh my God.
They want you to they don't know what you're going to bet on. And if you're going to bet on something, don't smile. That was sloppy. This on the camera.
It was good.
No, it was bad. It was bad and everybody
didn't
saw
see
it.
it.
Yes, you did. Don't lie.
What?
All I'm saying is, if you had to guess, would you say that the King of Hearts is on the bottom or on the top, or if the diamonds is on the top or on the bottom?
Well, now I'm going to say I think that I don't think the King of Hearts is here. If the King of Hearts is here, then it's on.
This is why I don't do magic anymore. Why did you make me do this? Okay, you're not holding either king now. Flip your hand over.
I'm not holding either. Well, that's still pretty good because
No,
I
I
did
fucked it up.
What are you holding?
2 jokers.
He's the
Oh,
Great movie, by the way.
Wait, is this a gym rat?
Wow, don't put me under the
Yeah.
bus.
Also, Joker, great movie. Joaquin did win the Oscar. Shout out.
I really want to watch it. I have not seen it yet. That's still really impressive.
No, I got nervous.
I know
and
you had. I
fucked
know
up.
you had. I know, but there's a lot going on, and you knew that I was watching you because,
Yeah.
like, this is the setting, right? Mostly, I was watching you because there is something really interesting about. I don't know why I don't just hold the mic in front of me. I'm
No,
like chasing it
keeps
around.
twisting. Yeah, that's our fault. We
But
should have.
no. The thing that's interesting to me is that idea of misdirection,
Yeah.
and that's the thing that I'm also so fascinated by. I'm a big fan of. Is it Penn Jillette?
Yeah, Penn Jillette.
Yeah.
Penn and Teller.
And yeah. And, but he specifically, I mean, I love their act, but like he is a personality specifically is so interesting to me, but it's still that idea of like body language. How do you misdirect people? Like all of those things that I think play into, especially even with stand up, of like, that's what I talk about too, of like this idea of people that can be moderately funny, but so a lot of people stand up there and just talk directly into the mic.
Yeah.
And not that it's a choice, right? There's the choice of like being monotone or low energy, but when people haven't made a choice, and that's what's the most distracting, where I'm like, ugh,
I can't follow it. What are you doing?
Right. Like I don't, or what I've seen a lot now is like the, Pixie Dream Girl. What's that? Manic Pixie Dream Girl. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know the name. I've heard
it's kind of this idea of like what like men in the 90s wrote about women, where it was just kind of this like idyllic, like perfect, like manic pixie girl, but that's kind of become like a persona now in stand up, and I see it a lot where girls are like, oh my god, like I'm hot but I'm not, and I'm like, whatever, and, whatever, to each their own, but also like pick a side. And
it's also boring.
Vocal fry.
Oh my god, like so much of it, but I'm also like funny.
Yeah.
And to me, like Natasha Leggero does that, but that was like original and is her point of view. And like, again, that idea of like has made a decision and has encompassed that.
And solid joke writing.
Yes.
Yeah.
But when and I always say this too, of like, it's not a real point of view. Like if you get up there and you're trying to sell me something and I don't believe you, then it's all a wash because you're trying to take something on that isn't yours. I would rather you take some time, figure out what your point of view on the world is, and then give me that.
100%.
Because you can smell inauthenticity and stand up a fucking mile away.
Yep. Inauthenticity.
Don't do that. I am a gym.
Not actually going to the gym. Do you know what I mean?
I can call the gym right now and ask them if I was there.
I would love to call the gym.
Go for it. Where's your phone at?
I'm not on the podcast.
So much juice in that hair. So much juice in that hair.
Yeah, the juice cleanse.
But I do think that, things are applicable. Like one thing they tell you in magic too all the time is that the bigger action covers the smaller action. So I will demonstrate one more thing. If you take the 5 of spades camera here, if you take the 5 of spades and you shake it, right? You shake it, then it changes, right?
Oh.
But it's a bigger action covering a smaller action. I'm just holding 2 cards. I'm the mass magician right now. And all I'm doing is turning it.
Whoa.
But as I'm shaking my hand, you can't see that turn. So as I'm doing this, the bigger action is covering the smaller action. So use that in life,
Okay.
That's fascinating.
It really is. Little things.
I honestly might do a podcast episode just to have you on because I want to know so much also about the gym. But mostly just about magic. Again, like a good buddy of mine who I did improv with for a long time. Shout out Nick Paul. Check out Nick Paul Magic.
It's not as good as I
have. James Bond. James Magic Bond. Nick is occasionally does stuff over at the Magic Castle and all that, and he has like a full act that he does. But we started doing like improv together, and then he was always doing magic, and now he's like full magic act and paying his bills doing that and living his life and his dreams. But I always thought that same thing, and I would ask him so many questions about it because I think there is so much even like spiritual lessons to that of like, covering something up or leading with something and having something else be, or like business tactics. That's a good one of like a bigger action covering a smaller action.
100%.
Like,
I think it's really, don't give power to the wrong people. Cause I think you can use some of those things, some of those techniques. And I'm sure that they've been integrated into other things, but they could be used for like manipulation a lot of the time.
The media of let's make a big spectacle of something that's not important so we can take away your rights or change a bill on something else that's way smaller.
Really what that
because
is.
You're not going to pay attention to it.
Little things too, like getting in front of people's spatial awareness. Mm-hmm. People are, especially in America, are really especially in America, are really
slippery slope here on the beef ranch.
Going back to the Asians,
like people are, so if a lot of people if I was in front of you and we weren't at a table surrounded by cameras doing that, and I had been more practiced, I would have putting your hand on someone's shoulder or stepping a little closer to somebody can even for a second throw them off. So there's little things, little power moves, I guess you could say, and it throws people for a loop a lot of times. When you're telling someone, suggesting things, it's dangerous, dude. I just want to say you guys are all safe.
Okay.
This power
Don't do that.
is in good hands.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, let's just give it up for the magician, James Magic Bond.
And I really did. I haven't done magic in a long time, so I really don't like that you asked. But also, and I fucked it up a little bit.
But first of all, I appreciate you like actually doing the thing because I feel like here's a quick beef.
Yeah.
Is when, especially like an improv, if somebody is goaded into doing something and then that person doesn't do it, so then we have to spend 15 minutes being like, come on, don't do it. You should do it.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Like any of that of like when someone's like, you should sing, and it's like, no, or like, you should rap. Like, first of all, never encourage anybody to do that. Do you know what I mean?
Freestyle,
Direct them to your
rap,
sound.
Never. No.
No, just put it on SoundCloud. You know what I mean? Or TikTok where it belongs.
Love TikTok.
So I appreciate you just like doing the thing rather
Getting
than
it over
us.
with.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I do think it's very interesting. And if anybody wants to hear my TED Talk on it or whatever, I'm glad to, you know.
That would make a great TED Talk.
I really do. I always used to joke. I don't know if I want kids, but I always used to joke if I ever had kids, I would teach them magic because I think that, don't laugh, because I would think that some of those things are really applicable in life and can be used to, like, you know.
I think that's very smart.
Give them a heads up. What do you got to teach your kids? Do how to lift weights?
Yeah, baby. Gym rat kids, baby. Yeah.
Gym rat kids.
That was kind of adorable.
Oh,
I would watch that show.
I think you should create. Here's what I envision for you as your own clairvoyant. Is I think that you should continue with this persona because we all know you're not actually going to the gym.
Okay.
Fighting words.
Don't lie to the audience.
But you should create a kids show that's all about health and fitness. Yeah. But you just dress up all the kids on your show like this, and it's gym rat kids, bro. And like it's teaching kids about health and fitness like through this persona.
I like it, dude.
I'm always fat too. Still.
And makes so much. It makes so much money.
But
not fat. Just like pleasantly, like you're active, like you're doing it. But it's like, is this the guy? Is this really the guy? Yeah. I think it's great.
So we've all came to the beef table.
Yeah, we left our beef on the floor.
Chopped the beef up, except for one person who's a magician.
I haven't. Who, me? Are you a magician?
No, you.
Oh.
You.
I have beef, dude.
James Magic Beef.
I have beef, and my beef is, first of all, great beef, Rachel.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
For real. Really solid beef. You came hot. You came ready. Your beef was okay.
What was my beef?
See, you don't even remember.
I remember what it was, Mike's.
Shows and mics or whatever. My beef is just with one word, and that word is hangry. Okay? I hate it.
Which brings up a past beef we had where you combine two words together and fuck up everyone's good time.
Such as words like ginormous. Pick a word, you know? They're both equally the same.
Gigantic, enormous.
Yeah. I couldn't pick a word. Yeah, they say the same thing. You're saying the same thing when you're saying gigantic and enormous. Why do you need to say ginormous?
Yeah.
Okay, it's not bigger than anything. Also, I think and then S's and Y's, when people put S's and Y's on the ends of things, previous
Samesies.
Samesies, hate it.
I like
Hangry,
samesies though.
I just blacked out with rage right now.
Okay.
Hangry is one that's so annoying. Nails on a chalkboard. Do you use this word?
I try not to, because I agree with you. Because the people who do that are the same people that are on their phones, like standing in the middle of the Starbucks. Wait, I'm waiting for Trista. Get the fuck out of the way. You know,
you're just in a bad mood. Okay, food is not going to solve.
Or
the
also,
fact that
if
you're
you
an
know
asshole.
you get hangry, eat something. Eat a snack.
Yeah.
Pack a protein bar. We live in 2020.
Yeah.
We're in the future. There's so many ways to have food.
Yeah, also-
There's so many ways to not be hungry.
Also, when you watch the commercials with the little starving kids in other countries, are they all mad?
No,
they're sad.
Yeah.
But did hangry also? Should we blame Snickers for this? Because didn't they
Maybe.
they started that of like, you know, satisfy your craving, and they would project people that were hangry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And they'd be famous actors.
I'm hangry. But it's also the same people that use like a Braves.
Ah,
Braves, everything.
yeah.
A Braves.
Yeah. Also, don't be angry. You're like allowing yourself to be angry just because you're hungry, you fat fucks. Go to the gym.
Go to the gym.
Wow,
Yeah.
that took a turn.
Learn magic,
sorry,
you know?
sorry.
But I do think that, like, the light just got a little dimmer in here. I think.
Did you dim the lights?
No, it's the clouds.
I think that, look, if it was scientific fact that people got angry when they were hungry, then all those kids in starving countries would be pissed, okay?
Oh my God, that's so
They'd
funny.
be so mad. We'd see those commercials with the soft music and they'd just be beating each other up all the time.
Oh my
or
God.
cursing each other out.
They look tired, but they wouldn't be tired. They'd be angry. Oh, so many
They'd just
like.
be pouting, like mad, like, All of them would just be frowning.
Oh,
What's
my
the
gosh.
matter? We're hungry, obviously.
Yeah. If you're really hungry.
Why the long face? I'm starving, you fat fuck.
You fucking asshole. I think if we're really hangry is not a thing. Sad hungry.
Sangry?
Sangry. It sounds like sangria.
Maybe just sad. I feel like we should talk about people being sad more.
Yes.
I don't know why we don't.
Preach.
We don't talk about, especially with women, like we don't allow women to be angry. We don't allow them, and we don't allow men to be sad. It's all I talk about in my stand-up.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, we don't allow people, these are two like imperative emotions for if you're in a hetero relationship, because if a man doesn't know how to express sadness and a woman doesn't know how to express anger, that's why people fucking ghost each other, because nobody knows how to talk about their feelings, and so everybody's just like, well, on to the next.
Yeah. Right. But
guess
you
that
can't
didn't-
overcalculate and have a guy who just won't shut up about his feelings.
Oh yeah, that's the guy playing guitar
That's the guy doing magic
at
at
parties,
Magic at parties.
doing magic at parties,
that's the guy.
blowing lines and doing sleight of hand.
Acting like he's having sex.
Yeah, pretending like he had sex. I just want to be clear. I did not have sex.
Okay.
I just want to put that on wax.
Yeah.
Did you say on wax?
On wax. Yeah.
on wax.
On wax. Okay, those are not for you, dude. Those you look terrible in those
Oh, really?
glasses.
They look slightly small.
Yeah, your
Wow,
eyes look
okay.
like they're way too close together.
I do see out the sides a lot.
But
But yes, I agree with
Yeah.
you. I think hangry, if you are that angry, you should have to use 2 words.
thank you.
I'm angry because I'm hungry.
because I'm being an
Wow.
adult about it. Don't make me feel like a baby. I don't like feeling like a baby. Yeah, because
I'm angry.
Yeah, like when someone. Yeah, I've had people ask me like, oh, it's just because you're hangry, and I'm like, no, I'm pissed right now. I just get
I'm
mad.
angry.
Wait, I don't like that. But yeah, I just don't. That word. If I wasn't quote unquote hangry, by you saying that, I'm just angry, and I also happen to be hungry. It doesn't make me the word.
But that's what's the most annoying. Like, I don't know why when we are feeling that, like, irritation is when we are exposed to the most unaware people that are like, oh, were you hangry?
Yeah.
It's like, no, now I want to fucking punch you.
Yes.
I know I want to do that, and then I want to get a sandwich.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to step on this guy's bit or whatever, but he said something at a show. But
At a mic.
It was at a, it was kind of like a mic. I can't remember exactly who it is. I think it was Keith Johnson, maybe. No, it doesn't matter.
Jumping names.
Someone said, I don't want to step on his bit, but he said that, the word calm down has, oh no, it was Harry Morose.
Okay, too many names.
Said, calm down has never worked.
Funny.
It makes people more upset. That was the premise. I'm not going to
That's funny.
explain it more because it's his joke, but same thing. You make me angry by calling me hangry.
Yeah.
I'm going to put that on a shirt.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
And
I'm
it's
also
true.
really sad I didn't think about that bit about calming down, because that's like, people are like, hey, can you relax?
Yeah.
I'm like, that's going to make me literally do the opposite.
Yeah, it was one of those jokes when he said it too, and it was like he had really thought it through. But it was also one of those jokes when you hear the premise, you're like, "Fuck, man!
I know.
How did I not think of that, or why?" It seems like such an obvious
I know.
connection.
Especially because there's so much, particularly with stand-up, because there's a lot of people that are just saying funny things, which I think that there's room for that, and we need that. My brain doesn't work that way. Like when people are like, you ever thought about like salsa? I'm like, no. You want to know
I don't
why? Because
think
I've
that
had
way.
problems in my life.
Yep.
I haven't had time to think about salsa bowls,
Yeah.
But when people make those one-liners, like, very funny, I think there's room for it. But to me, I'm always like, the comedy that I connect the most with is like situational comedy or things that are rooted in society of like, why do we do this thing? It doesn't make sense. It's not working. And that's one of those things.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck.
Same. I do think that. Yeah, I'm not the style of comedy to point out why something's goofy. You know,
Yeah.
this thing. Well, this thing is goofy. I think that, like, for me, it's funny to see, like, someone did crack on the bus the other day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and that was my beef in the previous episode about, if you're going to do crack, if you're going to do drugs on the bus, I'm not saying don't do crack, because it's we're all on the bus. So
Sure,
definitely
sure,
do crack,
sure.
but don't hotbox the bus with crack smoke, you
Yeah.
know, because I don't want to get. I
Maybe
don't
do
know.
it intravenously.
Right.
Yeah.
Or do it like when the doors when the door opens, when people are exiting.
Yeah.
I'm also, but that's the same thing as the people that are spatially unaware. Do you know what I mean? Like, where are you in your life that you're just like, fuck it, I'm going to do it on the bus?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
But the only reason I agree is with the choice to do drugs on the bus is because the bus is a shitty place. If you're spatially unaware at Disneyland, it's the happiest place on earth.
Yeah.
So roam free, roam free. But we're on the bus, and
Yeah.
that's a sad place. So do
Oh,
what
it
you want
is.
to do.
It is.
Yeah.
You know what?
So you take that, but you don't have a vehicle.
Currently.
He's like,
Currently.
he doesn't have a car.
So, well, I don't have a car either.
Oh,
You feel really
But
dumb.
I did not take the bus here. But I don't have a car.
you have a license.
I do. Oh, you don't have a license. Oh, did you get it taken away?
Kind of, but
Okay.
I don't pay for parking tickets. I think they're stupid.
All right, there's some beef there. I think we've uncovered some beef.
Some real beef. I think they're
Some vintage beef, if you will.
It is
you will.
very old.
Yeah, well,
It was one of his earlier beefs.
They're dumb. You should just be.
I got a $52 parking ticket in Santa Monica because I pulled my car with the back in, and it was head in only parking.
What?
First of all, that sounds like a fake thing.
Not real.
Yeah.
Second of all, I didn't even know. And they're like, well, there were signs everywhere. I'm like, what signs? And then there's one sign when you pull in and says no head in. I'm like, I wouldn't even have thought to look for that.
Yeah.
Like
Yes.
timing, maybe compact. If it says that, I know that, like, even though I want to park my car there because it will fit, I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, whatever. You could ticket me. I'm in an SUV. I'll park somewhere else. I didn't know. I've never been so angry. $52 fucking dollars.
Give me a warning ticket.
Also, you know the other ones that I don't like? Okay, we figured out I got another beef, are the parking tickets they'll give you at sunset. How do we know? We've all just agreed what time sunset is?
Yeah. Oh, wow. I didn't think of that.
No, yeah, because I got a ticket for being in a park past park hours.
Yeah, that's what I
okay?
mean. Yeah.
I was in a park. Don't ask why I was in a park. I was in a park. There was, it's a long story.
You were drinking at
It
the
was
park.
probably a pretty short story, but
It is a very short story. I met a woman and she wanted to go to a park because there was a nice view.
oh, that was a sweet story.
Yeah, but yeah, so why, like park hours, it's so strange to me. I understand that we have to give people tickets because they're going to just do whatever they want to do, but can't we get like a warning, or can't you make the amount of money something a little smaller the first time? And then the second time, $100. But the first time, $5.
Or if this money is really going towards things to help the city, ask me to do it. I'm happy to go and like help pave a road for 2 hours.
Sure.
I would honestly rather go do
Pave a
that.
road?
I'm just saying, what does the city do? What is my money like supposedly fucking going towards? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Santa Monica. Like I would rather, at least I can make content out of it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
here paving a road. You know what I mean? I'm always looking for content. I
Yeah.
don't want to pay $52 to some fucking idiot I don't know.
Yeah.
100%.
I'm just saying, help me out.
No, you're right. I don't agree. I think they're stupid. I make the signs bigger, make them more clear. That's
Yeah.
another thing, dude. You're giving me a parking ticket when I can't understand what the sign says.
Talk about like the sleight of hand with like a bigger action to cover a smaller action. Those signs that they have, some places have 4 signs. It reads like a limerick. Do you know
For
these?
real?
Yeah.
Where it's like, can't park after sunset between 2 and 7 on a Friday. And then it's like a Fry Wednesday. And you're like, I don't even know. Is that a new day? I didn't even know there's an
that's
eighth day.
just one side of the street.
I know.
The other literal side of the street can have completely different rules.
And then there's the arrows.
Yeah.
And you're like, is it this way? Is this the spot I can't park in? I don't even know.
And that's why I
So you're
get
better
so-
off without a car.
Really?
And
yeah.
on top of that, you're probably running late and you got to park somewhere.
That's the other problem.
Yeah.
So
That's true too. Yeah.
sorry for downing
No.
you guys, but
I did think of one more thing though when you talked about this girl who wanted to go to a park.
yeah.
My
he was
biggest-
29 years old.
Listen, take a gal to a park. You know what I mean?
I mean, she took me. I didn't have a car.
But let's be fair, she picked me up.
Yeah.
I Ubered to the park, and because I'm the Uber driver, moving on from that bit. That bit is done. I do think this is my biggest beef of advice to people.
I like it. I like it.
A beef of advice. This is what I want to leave you with: is if people that are still dating, I feel like we hold, because when you said that, the last relationship that I was in that ultimately brought me to my sobriety, it was not their fault, but through a series of events. And when I asked him, we first started having the conversation if we wanted to move in together, which ultimately was a terrible decision.
Yes.
I did it at the top of the Universal Lookout.
Oh.
Which saying now is like so just raw. Like if you have to take somebody to a sacred space
Yeah.
to ask them a question about your relationship, you're not in a good relationship.
It's a good
like you
barometer.
should be able to be like, just walk back to your car, got a ticket, and then stuck in traffic and be able to turn to that person and go, I've been thinking about moving in with you. How do you think? And they should be able to go, yeah, that's turned this whole day around. I've been thinking about it too. You know what? I'm a little angry right now because I'm hungry. Maybe we can talk about this later. You shouldn't have to take somebody to a lookout to ask them a question. Like, that's why people are like, oh, yeah, I can't go there anymore. I ruined it. I went there with an ex. I can't listen to that song anymore. Blink 182 makes me think of my high school boyfriend. Stop ruining shit you like.
Yeah.
If you're getting to know somebody, pick innocuous restaurants.
Yeah.
Pick a place that if they broke your heart would still be important to you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Great beef.
Go to McDonald's.
That is, yes.
Yeah, I love that, dude.
You know what I mean?
I was one of those people who would let things be ruined.
Yep.
And it was my fault, and I nipped it in the bud. Is that how you say that?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, yeah, I did that. Nipped it in the bud. I won't say it again.
But Ryan, is there any validity to that? Can you back me up with some beef here? Some beef claps?
Beef claps.
Beef claps.
That's what I was hoping for.
Also,
But you know what I mean?
Cars you can't really you don't have control over. Like, I still see a Prius and I get real scared. You know?
Oh, yeah.
You have no control over what your ex drove. And I don't know.
That's so true. Dude, that's so true. And I always wanted to have a segment of who is your ex? Because everybody is an ex to somebody. It's so easy for us to vilify people, but then the new person you're in love with, somebody else will be walking around being like, dude, fuck Lindsay.
Yeah.
Dude, fuck that. Fuck her in her fucking Prius. And you're like, oh my God, I just met a gal named Lindsay. She drives a Prius and boy, am I in love. And I just think that that's so crazy of it literally is like one man's trash is another man's treasure. Like that's all we're doing is walking around making new best friends of people's discarded old best friends. Like that's all this is.
That's so true, man. That's so true. I love that beef. I don't know if you could tell, but I got really excited.
I like
that one.
all the beef. I like your beef. I like my beef a lot, and I like your beef. Okay. All four. I counted 4.
Yeah. That was the beef of advice.
Yeah.
That was my final. Yeah. That was my closing.
I gotta say, beef of advice. Great beef of advice.
Great beef of advice. And I would honestly rank yours 1, 2, mine 2nd, and yours 5th.
Wait, out of all of them. I had a good
hashtag gym rat, bro.
Hashtag gym rat. But we usually end our podcast with a little game.
Okay.
Right?
Is this where you ask me another question?
Can I tell you a 45-minute story?
Yeah. Can I tell you a story about a game that we want to ask a question about? Anyways, sorry, I'll cut that part out. But so our game today, I was thinking, could be
what?
What? We could either go to a past game that we had, or we could do a new game. We don't talk about anything before the podcast.
Yeah, this is
that checks out.
we want people to know the process.
Yeah.
Sure.
Whatever you're feeling, man.
You want to show us how the beef is made.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, let's go to a past game. Huh?
Okay.
Yeah. So our past game of ours was called the neighbor game.
Thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I was hoping you would say it.
I feel like this is the first time we're playing this game.
No, it's it's in our fucking catalog.
Birthed on the podcast. The first time we played it was with Ryan Papazian. Great episode. That was a great episode.
Specifically that one.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we don't say that a lot. But so the neighbor game is basically we're in New York. So let's transport ourselves to New York. Yeah. Well, yeah. I have a sound for that.
Yep.
So we're in New York.
And
we live across the street from each other.
Okay.
Right? 2 people play the game. And we are asking for advice from the neighbor next door. So if you're asking for advice, you got to move the mic away. And you got to yell because you're yelling across the street. And it sounds like in an audio format.
Right.
People, am I explaining it good?
Yeah. So basically, you're going to be the person that's going to be in the apartment, and he's going to be the person that's going to be yelling. And he's going to have a problem. And then it's like an improv game. But when you reach a solution.
Yeah. You say, I think we're getting somewhere.
And that's like your signal that the game is over.
Okay.
I am terrible at this game, so I don't mind sitting out if you guys want to play.
Okay.
But you should start it out. You should.
Okay.
And you'll kind of get, if you're confused, you'll kind of get.
I get it. You're going to ask me for advice as a neighbor, and you're doing it far away, so it's not loud into the mic, and then I'm going to give you some advice.
She explained it so much better, dude.
Guys, improv. Here we go.
Here we go.
Wow.
Okay, here we go. I'm across the street. Ready?
Okay, go.
Hey, no, you gotta. Oh,
I'm in the mic. I thought I'm away.
You're in the mic, and then if you're away, you're asking for advice.
Okay, so you're in the mic and he's away from the mic.
I feel like it's more fun if both people get to be away.
Okay,
but it's your podcast.
You can do it that way.
The camera angle is like you're right there. You know
okay.
What I mean? So, hey neighbor.
Yeah.
My wife is hungry and angry, and she won't stop beating me. What do I do?
I don't know.
Ow!
Oh no! It sounds like she might be hangry.
Wow! Yeah,
Wait, watch out. I'm going to throw over some SpaghettiOs to you. You don't need to cook them. Just crack that bitch open and feed her.
Oh, no, you do need to cook SpaghettiOs.
No,
They're not cooked in a can.
No.
Okay, just throw them over here.
Okay.
I caught that because I'm a gym rat.
Are those SpaghettiOs?
Okay, go back to your fucking apartment, Leroy.
Wait, Leroy?
Yeah, you never met
Leroy, back me up here. Aren't these SpaghettiOs out of a can? So good.
Is there any other way to eat them?
I don't think so.
Chuck, calm down. You guys are SpaghettiOs need to be cooked. That's not the question I have here. How the fuck are you hungry and angry at the same time?
Oh, you've never been hungry and angry at the same time?
No.
I'm hungry and angry at the same time all the time.
Okay, don't you dare say hangry. I have a problem with my wife, I think, to begin with.
That seems like a bigger question. I don't have time for that. Seems like we're getting somewhere.
No, wait. Okay, I guess we are.
And also, hey, can I get those SpaghettiOs? Rachel LaForce! Thank you for being a good sport. Thank you for being awesome. Thank you for being here.
Guys, thank you so much for having me. This really was such a delight. This is my only day off, and I'll tell you what, it was well spent.
You're fucking awesome.
This was fun.
A great episode.
Great episode.
Tell everybody.
Yes, we
okay.
will.
Rachel does have 2 podcasts that you should definitely check out. House Rules, and the other one is called Basic Instincts. It's got another host, but she's the only one that
Yeah,
matters.
you can. So check me out at Rachel LaForce at House Pod.
Yes.
No, House Rules Pod. You know what? Just go to at Rachel LaForce.
Yeah.
Everything else is there.
Yeah, and that's where you'll post shows and all that stuff.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. All that good stuff.
that good
Everything.
stuff.
Yeah, I'm a real content creator.
Might even see. Oh, and follow Tracy too, right?
Yeah, at y'all, it's Tracy.
At
Dude,
y'all,
yes.
it's Tracy. Y'all, it's Tracy.
Yeah, I got a new video of her watching red carpets that's coming out
shit.
tomorrow.
Let me just
For
say
the
this.
Oscars.
If nobody else follows, you got one new follower right here.
Uh-oh.
One more time for Rachel LaForce.
Hey!
Thank you guys for watching and definitely leaving comments. We'll see you guys in the next episode.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Shit, bye-bye.